everybody, welcome to Review Time with Islip. I am Islip, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Combiner Force Ultra B set. Yeah, so we've got the 5 members of the team here. If you haven't already seen another review, I'll tell you why it looks like there's only 4. You've got Grimlock, who forms the legs of the Combiner. You've got Bumblebee, who forms the body of the Combiner. You've got Strong Arm, who forms one arm, and you've got Sideswipe, who forms the other arm. And then Drift turns into a sword. So instead of making a figure that transforms into Drift, they just said, hey, here's a sword, the handle bends, and that's about it. If you look about here, it kind of looks like, at least from there, right there, it looks like Drift's head crest. And then here it looks kind of like a skull. So there's Drift's skull? Yeah. And it makes no mentions of what happens to his little mini-cons when he transforms into this. And like when they transform, you don't even see them transform. It's just a blinding light, and they're magically they're magically it. So let's go ahead. We've already taken a look at Drift, so let's go ahead and look at Strong Arm. And Strong Arm looks fairly decent. A little bland, could use a little more paint, but molding wise, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's actually better than this version, which is the Crash Combiners version. But they transform about the same. It's pretty simple. You're going to take this one, instead of standing it on the back of the truck, you're gonna stand it on the front of the truck like so. Put the arms out, and that's it. Literally, that's it. And this arm doesn't even want to stay out. And that's literally it. That's it. Pretty much the same transformation, except this one at least lets you slide the head out. So it looks like a little more complex. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I think this one looks better than this one in robot mode. In vehicle mode, this one looks better than this one. And yeah, and then when you want to go into combine mode, you just turn it back into the vehicle, which is just pushing the hands in, and then take this, bring it out, make sure you push the front of the truck up, bring this out, and pull this, and then flip this part down, and there you have the arm. So we'll put that to the side. Let's go ahead and take a look at Sideswipe. And a little bland again, but still fairly nice looking. Transformation is easy again. You're just gonna flip this like this. So flip the whole hood or bonnet, front section of the car forward. Split the arms, and again, that's it. No articulation. It doesn't even split out that far. They could have done better with this, if I'm honest. It still looks good. I mean, it looks like Sideswipe. Just a very staticky Sideswipe, static pose. But otherwise, not bad. And then to transform him into arm mode, you're going to turn him back into the car. And then you're just going to flip this piece up here. Flip this piece out. This is the hand. Open the thumb a bit. Take this whole piece here, flip it down, and then extend. And there you've got another arm. I'm going to put that over to the side. And here we have Grimlock, who looks pretty bad from the back. From the front, he looks okay-ish. Again, needs more detail work because, wow, that's just really bland. And it looks... Actually, I was about to say it looks like he turns into the robot. We'll do that in a minute. But I like that he is bigger. Like, let's go ahead and take Sideswipe, turn it back into his car mode real quick. I like that he is way bigger than the other guys. This is about how Grimlock should be. So, so he's a nice size. So they finally got a good size for him. Just unfortunate that he looks so darn goofy, especially from the back, and lacks lots of details. But he becomes the combiner leg, so we'll forgive it for now. Transformation is pretty simple. You just take these bits, flip them like so, take these bits, and you're going to pop this open like that. Do the same thing for this side. Pop that open like so. This just tucks in the back, and then unfortunately you have to split this. Pull this side out, push that side up, and then this clips back together. And you didn't see what I just did. So you pull the head out from here, this side, you pull this out, and then you just clip it together, and there you go. You got yourself your Grimlock, and he is sort of okay-ish. I forgot to mention that all of them have this 5mm peg hole in their chest, but nothing to stick in it. It doesn't come with. They don't come with weapons. You can just take random weapons if you want to. This would have been Bumblebee's back, and then you could just plug it in while he's a dinosaur, and you'd have that. Nothing clips into his hands though. He doesn't even have a way to hold the drift sword, which is strange. You know, you'd think somebody'd be holding the drift sword in one of their modes, but apparently not. So let's go ahead and get Sideswipe again. I keep using Sideswipe. We'll use Sideswipe and go ahead and take a look at his size. And that's, well, now that's too big. But I don't mind, because like in the original cartoon, it would have been something like this for the G1. So I don't mind that he's that much bigger. Come on, hands go up. But yeah, he's not bad. So we're gonna leave him in robot mode for comparison with B. To turn him into his foot mode, we're gonna split this out, bring these down, tuck his hands away, and fold his arms so that they look like this, and then we're going to flip these things back over again like they were before. Flip them over. That exposes the combiner port, and we are almost done. Then we're going to just take this, flip it down, and rotate it around. Bring his arms down, rotate it around, and that becomes the combined mode feet, and that is pretty much it. So now you've got the bottom half of the combined mode, and that's it. The articulation is as follows: in and out, and shimmy shimmy, and that's it. You get no walking motion, but that's okay because there's no knees bending. You really can't do anything with this guy. It's too bad his feet didn't rotate the other way. These could have been toes. But yeah, there's that. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could use a Crash combiner with this guy. You know, it would look ridiculous. I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually done this yet, but it looks just like the peg, you know, for the Crash combiner. So let's raise this up, bring this down. We're gonna bring the Optimus Crash combiner in, and let's see. Will you fit? I thought you would. Yes, it did. And there you got a really long-legged Optimus Prime. Yeah. So you can do that. I mean, I guess you could make it look a little less long-legged if you bring these bits to the side, and then the legs are a little more in, a little more in proportion. That's with these really big pieces sticking out of it. But yeah, there's that. You can do that. Let's go ahead and pull them back out, and then put the foot that I knocked off back on, and get him back in his foot mode properly. So we got the leg mode. We're going to move him over. Then we've got Bumblebee Tuna. And he is really out of scale. Like, if you look, he is way out of scale. But he becomes the body of the bot, so that's kind of understandable. It is what it is, you know? That's the same issues you had with the G1 toys and almost every combiner toy we've ever gotten, with the exception of maybe Combiner Wars, where they kind of fixed it. They kind of fixed the issue a bit. And he turns into his bot mode, which is pretty much, it's very simple. You're just going to flip these bits back. Bring this up, and I believe the arms come out like so. And I didn't mean to do that. There you go. And there you have Bumblebee in his bot mode. And I think it suffers more than Grimlock's bot mode. I think it's a trade-off. Like Grimlock's Dyna mode suffers. His bot mode, it kind of suffers a bit, but not as much as this does. This guy, his vehicle mode is awesome, but his robot mode kind of sucks. And you can see, again, very, very out of scale, but what are you going to do? So, transforming him into his combined mode is simple. Just, well, maybe not simple, but it's okay. It's interesting. You bring his arms back like so. And you're going to open these panels because you got to flip out his combiner port. Let's see. I can probably put, yeah, I can push it out from here. Oh, yeah. So make sure you have his legs at this angle before you do this. Flip this open here. You're gonna flip that open and flip this open, and you turn it this way. And as you're turning it, it'll pop the combiner port out. Then close this bit up. Close this bit up. Bring this up. Whoops, dang nabbit. Bring this up like this, and the way the peg is you kind of want to push it down a little and then push it over. Dang nabbit. And do it again. Push it down and push it over. Just remember that when you're transforming him back. Otherwise, you're never going to get this piece unlocked. So, and that's basically the body mode. And then, of course, you press that to get the head. And I've got double heads open. But, yeah. And in this mode, again, you can do the same thing you did with Optimus, whatever his name was, the other Optimus. Let's put take strong arm, put it in here, flip this down, and then you can have a really top-heavy Bumblebee-ish guy thing going on. And then you just add your combiner limbs on. Let's go ahead and you can add your combiner limbs on. Let's go ahead and start doing that anyway. We'll take this apart. And what you're going to do is bring your Grimlock in first. Plug him in here. So there you've got body mode. Hopefully this is coming out okay. Take Sideswipe, and you're going to plug them here. Go ahead and extend the head. You might as well go ahead and bring the head up, because if not, you're going to keep pressing that button. Bring strong arm on this side, and it combines just like the Menasor did. Hopefully, I'll remember to put that video up first. And there you have Ultra Bee, and he looks weird. He definitely does not look like he did in the comic book. I mean, he sort of does, but like, look at this picture here. Look at this picture here, and I got the arms on the wrong side. But, I mean, look at that, and look at that. I mean, this is not... The chest, it does not look the same, but it is what it is. It's a simple combiner. It does what it needs to do, which is combine. I like it, and I don't know why. And you just take Drift Sword, Mr. Drift, and I should have found something better for him. And then he has the Drift Sword, and he can. Let's put the arms. Oops, put the arms on the correct side. I don't know why I thought the red was supposed to be on the other side. I really don't. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now there we have our Ultra Bee, and he looks okay-ish. I mean, certainly not really any worse than the G1 combiners looked, if I'm honest. I mean, some of them looked pretty bad. So this just needs more details. If more of the details were popped out, I think this would look much better. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So we can go ahead and do a size comparison. Here it is next to Combiner Wars Deluxe. So definitely not really in scale with Deluxe figures. This is more for Legends ranged figures like this. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Let's go ahead and bring in Menasor. So here's Menasor, and they're about the same height, but I don't know, I think Menasor works slightly better than Boxy Bee there. I mean, I'm not really fond of Menasor's humongous wings, shoulders, but I think that works a little bit better than Ultra Bee's box there. I think the legs, though, look better here than over here. So, now there's a bit of mix and match play. If you want, you can take these guys off and, you know, put them on each other's arms if you so wish. Not sure why, but hey, there is that option. You can't really do anything with the legs, though. The legs are, you're stuck, because that is one whole bot, and this is two bots connected to that bot by his feet. The weapons use the same. The hands are the same, so they use the same weapon peg thing. Which is weird. I just realized. Oh, okay. No, I was about to say. I just realized that the hand on this one has a different color than this, but no, it's because this is from the different bot. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get Menasor out. If I'm honest, I like Menasor better, but if I'm gonna be honest with the vehicle modes, I think that Ultra Bee's vehicle modes match the cartoon way better than Menasor's did. So that's pretty much it. I don't think there's very much else to say. It's a combiner. It's a simple-ish combiner. And I'm okay with it. I like it. I don't love it, but I see there's lots of details. I think maybe if I painted it up, it would just, I don't know, it would look so much better. That said, I'm Islip. If you like the figure, I got mine at Target for $24. Yeah, that's it. I'm Islip. Ciao.